What is sensor? Sensors are the fundamental building blocks that enable our digital world. They act as the eyes and ears of modern technology, converting physical phenomena into electrical signals that can be processed and analyzed. So a sensor is a device that detects and measures a physical property or environmental condition. Sensors. First one, conversion devices. Sensors detect and convert physical properties such as light, sound, or temperature into electrical signals that can be measured and monitored. Conversion devices, often called transducers, are devices that convert one form of an energy or signal into another. Second one is widespread applications. Sensors are used in a vast array of industries, from consumer electronics to industrial automation and medical devices. Widespread applications refer to broad, common use of a technology device or concept across a wide range of industry sectors and environments. So the third one is enabling smart technology. Sensors are the foundation for the development of intelligent, connected devices and systems that can sense, respond, and adapt to their environments. Enabling smart technology in sensors involves integrating advanced features like data, processing, connectivity, and automation into traditional sensors, transforming them into smart sensors.
Types of sensors. We have different kinds of sensors like physical sensor. Physical sensor is a device that detects and responds to a physical form. Next one is biological sensor, or as we call as biosensors, are devices that combine a biological with a detector to measure specific biological measure or process. Next one is chemical sensor. Is a device that detects and measures the presence or concentration of substance. Next one is we have these sensors in everyday life. We have like smartphones. Smartphones is commonly used in our daily life that have kind of sensors like having touchscreen, face recognition, and motion tracking. Next one is the smart homes, refer to home equipped with advanced technology that enable automation, remote control, and monitoring of various household and applies. Example of it's the TV, CCTV that have a sensors.
So, hello everyone. My name is Paolo Balcona from BSIT 2A, and I belong to Group 1, and our topic is all about sensors. So, for now, yung naka-assign sa akin is temperature sensors. So, yung temperature sensors na yon is nakapaloob siya sa physical sensors. I'm sure naman na natalakay yon sa unang video na nag-report kasi meron tayong type of sensors which is physical, biological, at saka chemical. So, sa physical nga, meron din type na nakapaloob doon which is temperature, motion, at saka pressure. So, doon nanggaling yung akin which is yung temperature sensors. So, ano nga ba yung temperature sensors? So, yung temperature sensors are are device na designated to measure temperature or heat levels in different environment. So, these sensors is convert thermal energy into readable signals which can be displayed or processed by electronic system. So, yun nga, yung temperature sensors daw ay ito yung parang isang device na nagde-detect or nagme-measure ng temperature sa iba't ibang uri ng paraan. So, hindi lang siya nagde-detect, kundi yung sensor na to ay nagko-convert din ng thermal energy sa pamamagitan ng nababasa niyang signal na maaari niyang ipakita yon or i-display sa system or sa computer, which is na parang yung data na nakuha niya yun, yung data na nakuha niya na yun, i-display niya yun sa system, which is yun nga yung nagpo-provide ng monitoring sa atin. So yun nga, sa sensor natin natalakay na dinidiscuss ko ngayon, which is sa temperature sensor, meron din tayong type or mga ori dito, which is merong 5, pero yun nga, magbibigay na lang ako ng 3 example na nakapaloob sa PowerPoint ko. So yun nga, yung first example na nakapaloob dun sa temperature sensors is meron tayong thermistor. Yeah, thermistors. Sorry for my pronunciations. So yun nga, yung thermistor is parang measure temperature by detecting changes in electrical resistance. Parang siya yung gumagawa. Ay parang gumagana siya sa pamamagitan ng pagbabago ng resistensya ng ceramic material na may temperatura, which is yung mga madaling uminit ng mga bagay like na ganun. Okay. So yung yun nga, yung kalamangan or mga advantagement nito is parang mataas na sensitivity sa maliit na pabago-bago na temperatura. Tapos mura din yung mga uri ng device na ganito. So yung other one is, yung next one is meron tayong thermocouples. Yeah, the pronunciation. So, thermocouples is generate a voltage proportional to temperature differences. So, parang yung parang batay nagdedepende siya or bumabatay siya sa Seebeck effect. Kung saan yung dalawang pagkaiba ng metal, yung dalawang metal na pinagdugtong sa isang dulo upang makabuo siya ng junction. So kapag naranasan ng junction na ito ang pagbabago ng temperatura, parang kapag nagano na sila, yung like na naging intercourse, like gano'n ba, yung kapag yung dulo magitan ng dulo, which is makakaranas siya ng pagbabago ng mga temperature, like gano'n, parang bumubuo siya ng voltae or voltage na maaaring sukatin or ilipat or isalin yung temperatura na yun. So yung advantagement dito sa thermocouples is yung parang malawak yung saklaw ng temperatura dito, yung way ng pag-detect, tapos mabilis din yung process, then matibay. Yeah, so yung application, so ginagamit to sa mga iba't ibang uri ng proseso ng industriya na may mataas na temperatura, gas turbines, like yung mga basta yun na yan, etc. So yun nga, the last one is meron tayong infrared sensors. So dito, they detect and measure the infrared radiation, tapos radiated by object. So ito naman, yung type of sensors na to sa infrared is yung way of detecting niya, nakabatay siya sa pamamagitan ng sa radiation na lumalabas, which is yung init na nailalabas ng isang device. Ito yung way of detecting niya, yung init, which is radiation. So yung sensors na ito ay hindi na nangangailangan ng direktang contact, which is hindi na direktang contact, kaya may mainam para sa pagsukat or ng mataas o malalayong temperatura, which is kasi even na malayo, if basta ma-feel yung init o yung radiation, ma-detect niya na. So dito sa na to is yung advantagement nito is yung parang hindi nakakabahala at saka mabilis yung yung process na din, like dun sa nauna na nabanggit ko, which is thermocouples. So yung application ginagamit sa pagsukat ng temperatura sa mga panganib na kapaligiran, like sa mga or sa pagproseso ng pagkain at pagsusuri ng mga temperatura sa katawan ng tao. Siguro yung infrared, ito yung way, parang yung mga thermometer, like ganun din siguro. And then yung sensor na kapag nakadetect din siya ng usok dun sa fire, sa mga building para sa ma-avoid yung sunog, like ganun din mga example na sensors. So yun lang po. Thank you for watching. um,
Motion sensors are devices that detect physical movement in a specific area. These sensors often use various technologies to identify motion, such as infrared, ultrasonic, or mechanical vibrations. They are widely used in security systems, smart devices, and automation systems. First, PIR sensors or passive infrared sensors. PIR sensors detect changes in infrared radiation in the environment, typically caused by heat emitted from living beings like humans or animals. When an object with a different heat signature moves into the sensor's field of view, the sensors detect this as movement. PIR sensors do not emit any energy but passively receive infrared radiation. Examples: automatic lightnings, lights in homes or offices that automatically turn on when someone enters the room. Uh, Security systems. When alarms that trigger when motion is detected in a security area. Smart thermostats, devices that adjust room temperature based on whether or not are detected. Second, accelerometers. Accelerometers measures acceleration, force, and detect changes in orientation or tilt. They are sensitive to vibrations and movements, making them useful for detecting motions in multiple axes, X, Y, and Z. These sensors are common in devices that require motion detection or tilt sensing. For example, smartphones, detecting screen orientation, portrait, or landscape based on how the device is tilted. Fitness tracker. Third, ultrasonic sensors. These sensors work by emitting high-frequency sound waves and measuring the time it takes for the waves to bounce back after hitting an object. They calculate distance by measuring the time between emitted sound's pulse and its echo. Ultrasonic sensors are useful for application where non-contact measurement of distance or movement is required. For example, parking assistance systems, detecting the distance between a vehicle and obstacles during parking. Second, robotics, assisting robots in navigation by measuring the distance to object in their path. Third, smart faucets, detecting hand movements to turn water on and off without touching. Light sensors. Light sensors detect the intensity of light in the environment. These sensors convert light energy, photons, into electrical signals, allowing them to measure the presence and amount of light in a particular area. Light sensors are used in a device that need to adapt to different lighting conditions. Photodiodes. A photodiode is a semiconductor device that generates an electrical current when exposed to light. It operates based on the photoelectric effects where photons of light hitting the diode creates electrons-hole pairs. Generating current. Photodiodes are widely used for precise light detection and are sensitive to changes in light intensity. For example, light meters in cameras used to measure the light in a scene to adjust exposure settings. Second, remote control sensors, detecting infrared signals from remote controls in TVs or other electronics. Third, solar cells, generating electricity from sunlight in solar-powered device.
Light sensors, phototransistors, amplify the electrical signals generated by light, making them more sensitive than photodiodes. Photoresistors change their electrical resistance in response to light, allowing for simple light detection. Pressure sensors, piezoelectric sensors, generated an electrical signal when subjected to mechanical stress or pressure. Strain gauges measures changes in resistance due to the deformation, enable pressures and force detection. Capacitive sensors detect pressures by measuring changes in the capacitance between two conductive plates.
And now I am Jelly De Leon and will explain the inductive, capacitive, and optical sensors. First is inductive sensors. Inductive sensors are used to detect metal objects without direct contact. They work by generating an electromagnetic field and sensing changes in that field when a metal object comes near. These sensors are commonly used in industrial applications where detecting the presence or absence of metal parts is crucial. Example, an automated assembly line might use inductive sensors to determine if metal components are in place before a machine proceeds with the next step of assembly. The second one is capacitive sensors. Capacitive sensors work by measuring changes in capacitance, which occurs when an object like a human finger approaches or touches the sensors. These sensors can detect both solid and liquid material, making them versatile for various applications, including touch interfaces. Example, a modern smartphone screen uses capacitive sensors to detect when you touch it, allowing you to unlock the phone or open up simply by tapping the screen. The third one is the optical sensors. Optical sensors detect light and are capable of measuring light intensity, colors, or changes in light levels. They can be used for various purposes, including detecting obstacles or measuring environmental conditions. These sensors often work by emitting light and measuring how much is reflected back. Example, a smoke detector uses an optical sensors to detect smoke by shining a light beam and measuring how much light is scattered by smoke particles in the air. When a smoke is present, it disrupts the light, triggering an alarm. In conclusion, sensors are crucial for the Internet of Things because they connect the real world to digital system. They gather the data quickly, helping people and businesses make the better decisions. As sensors improve, we'll see more uses for Internet of Things that make our lives easier. Ultimately, sensors help create a smarter and more connected world.